early 90s, I was living in Los Angeles, at least for a part of the time. And my dad was a strong Los Angeles Raiders fan. He got me watching Monday Night Football, got me watching Jay Schrader at quarterback, got me watching, some of the other people. At the time, there was Vince Evans, the backup quarterback. He was trying to make me be a Raiders fan, but it just never worked. At a point, I just didn't like the Raiders, and my heart always belonged with the San Francisco 49ers. And when I got about 12, I committed to the red and gold. Just been like that all the time. Sorry, Raiders fans, can't join y'all no more. I love the Niners. I was a defect, and I defected on my own will. One of the reasons why, the Raiders don't win that much, something that's still true to this day. But that's also the case in most things. You have diehard fans who like losing, but too much losing is just bad, especially when your team disrespects you. Imagine buying tickets to a team. You're going to go see them every game. They disrespect you at the door. They have bad service at the door. You'll stop supporting that team, right? This is no difference in blacks and the Democrats. And I have a special case study of a person in Chicago that's quite popular that's also made a defect. Rewind! A few years ago, a young African-American activist went viral by pretty much interrupting a Trump rally. That young man was Jedidiah Brown, and video went viral. It was crazy. And after that, he had this to say.
Well, Jedidiah Brown is a Chicago activist who was pulled off stage after he took to Trump's podium on Friday. He says the billionaire's decision to cancel the event shows he's not the tough man he claims to be.
When I got there, I was met with a lot of racist and a lot of racism and a lot of unbecoming remarks, not just to me and the crowd I was with, but to other people, Muslims, Hispanics. And it was the very thing that was portrayed in the media. And at that point, I was determined to shut it down, and I put my sights on the state. They have the whole notion, make America great. They were telling everybody to go back to other countries, go back to Africa, go back to Syria. Very hateful things that say they didn't belong here in America. We heard things like people saying, well, I want to punch this person. A group of Muslims kneeled down and prayed. And while they were yet praying, a lot of people were saying, take that back to your country. We don't want you here. Trump's going to build a wall. Your prayer's not going to help you. All kinds of just intimidating things. And they were doing it very boisterous. They were in people's face. It was very, very disheartening. They said, if you can make it in Chicago, you can make it anywhere. And this was a defining moment for the Trump campaign, that if he could have successfully had one of his hate campaign rallies here, then he would have been an unstoppable force. Chicago is a tough city made up of tough people. And, even with all of the negative stereotypes that we have here, being a segregated city, being a city with a lot of violence, you have a lot of people here that have a warrior spirit, that'll stand for justice. We're used to activism. We're used to fighting. We're used to having to put our forces together to stand up for what we believe in, because unfortunately government hasn't been kind to us here. Chicago did amazing and filled that place to let Trump know that his rhetoric is not acceptable in the city of Chicago. And because of that, Trump didn't face us, the guy that's supposed to be so tough, the guy that's supposed to say what he really feels. He's a bully.
Now, this is an activist at the time that was defending the rights of Muslims, defending the rights of other people, immigrants, non-Americans, against Trump, right? This is what he was doing. And a lot can happen in 8 years, right? A lot. Things happen, people can change. Now, this was an activist that moved to Atlanta, ended up moving to Dallas. He had stopped his activism in Chicago and the black community for some time. Now, the Tiffany Henyard situation in Dalton, Illinois is what got him back into activism. But he came back to Chicago and he noticed something isn't right with the migrant crisis. Let me let you listen to what he said.
Unfortunately, y'all, that's why with all of the years I've been doing this, unfortunately, I have to get the hell off of the Democrat plantation. I have to get off of the Democrat plantation. It is a slap in your face for me to watch them It is a slap in your face. I'm talking about a lot of stuff, but y'all, this is getting good, so I just got to go with it. But it's a slap in your face. I got back last night late. When I got back into Chicago, we went downtown. It was illegal immigrants doing all kinds of shit in Chicago. I'm talking about I saw them beating up people, chasing people, throwing bottles, vandalizing stuff, pissing on stuff, being halfway naked, doing drugs, literally jumping over. It was insanity. And you mean to tell me that the Democratic National Convention is going to come to Chicago and going to flex its muscle? They literally are responding to the fact that this is the place that Donald Trump talked about doing his campaign the most. So now they're going to come to Chicago, continue to use a platform on our pain. Doesn't mean I can support Donald Trump either. I was supportive of Donald Trump until he said he wants police officers to have immunity. Like what? Professional immunity? What? There is nothing I can do with that. I don't care about nothing else he said. But the Democrats come here and y'all not gonna help us clean up the damn community and mess that y'all opened up the borders for us to inherit and have already, when y'all don't give us nothing in the first damn place, and then give our resources to people who are contributing to the destruction and the demise of our city. How many businesses have to close downtown before Chicago realize they're your base of taxes? With those businesses gone, who you think will have to pay for it? But all right, I'll leave that alone. So my formula, my position is I have to leave the Democrat plantation. And I'm going to vote for Republicans when I feel like I want to and need to. And I'm going to vote for Democrats when I feel like I want to and need to. I will no longer be a slate voter. I'm not voting just because everybody's a Democrat. I need there to be something that holds this shit accountable, because this is what we find out with Mayor Tiffany Henyard. When everybody that's a part of the team is too afraid to say some shit because they're all benefiting from the bullshit and they believe, act, feel, and look the same way, we will never be able to get the government that we were promised and that we deserve as Americans.
Did you hear that? Migrants are doing whatever they want, coming out naked, doing drugs, stealing in Chicago. But this isn't just a black thing. Coming from a black man's point of view, what about the Pilsen area of Chicago? Remember when this Hispanic man, hardworking Hispanic man, said this?
I was coming in here to argue, but now I'm happy. He just gave me the news that by the end of this month, everybody should be out of this park. Oh man, that is awesome. I live here for the longest time, and I've never had as many issues as I've had in the last 6 months. And I don't know, y'all have seen me, I've talked to every single news channel as possible. And it's not because we're anti-immigrant like everybody's trying to say. It's because we are neighborhood oriented. We protect our neighborhood, and we want to care for our neighborhood. Since I've been here, I have 2 kids, a 9 and a 4-year-old, which have not been able to use this park. My wife can't take them to that park down the street. Why? Because I don't know where they're at right now, but usually they're all around here. They do anything from smoking, drinking, everything on here. After supposedly got security here, they will go down the street and smoke right in front of my house. I don't want my kid to see that. Why would I want my kid to see someone smoking and loitering in the streets? And that's what, when he just told me this, he just made my day, honestly. I'm gonna go home and, man, I'm doing a jig. Because, man, that's how happy I am. You guys don't realize it. I work long. I mean, I work long days here. I get home, they don't have no place to live, but they have cars. You get here, you come here at night, 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, there's no parking in this block. I have a senior citizen that lives 2 houses down from me that I literally will have to come out and help him, save a spot for him, so we have to park 2 blocks down the street and come here and walk. Literally, he cannot even walk. That's how bad it felt. But no one cared about him. No one listened to him. And that mayor that said that, oh, we got this under control, all he does is grin. That's his little grin that he does. I don't understand. Man, Alderman, oh yeah, another hug. He has made my day. I'm telling you, he made my day. I didn't know, my wife would say, you want to go over there? Go, what for? No one listens to us. What is the point of talking if no one's going to listen? But I guess my wife was right. Let's go see what's going on. Let's let them know one more time. Oh, I guess this time it worked. Oh, Alderman, another hug.
Say your name. Sir, can you tell us your name, please?
My name is Julio Campo.
C-A-M-P?
Julio. Last name Ocampo.
Where do you think they should go?
Well, that's up to the mayor. That's where he gets paid the big dollars. See, the aspect is all it is a big money grab. Everybody says they're not getting any money. So where are they getting things to buy cars from? Seriously. I mean, think about this. You know how much I spend in groceries right now? I spend literally $300 in groceries. $300. Why? Because I have 2 growing kids and I have a wife that depend on me. I go to work every day. You think they're gonna move out if you keep on giving them money? I'd be foolish. I even told my wife we should go move in there.
So it's not just blacks, it's Latinos that also see this. And when you have a political party that is destroying the lives of everybody, it don't even really matter if it's black, Hispanic, or whatever, anybody, what do? You defect because you see your livelihood being at risk. That's what many black Americans or African Americans think about. They think about, damn, my kids used to be able to play at this park. And you have these people here that have sanctuary city status. They can do anything. Not saying that they will, but they can, and they might not get prosecuted. They're doing whatever they want. They're breaking crimes. We don't even know what they were doing in their country. I can't even let my kid play outside, but I bought this house because it was right across the street from this park. I wanted to live in this neighborhood because it was right next to the church that I wanted to belong to. And now I can't do it because, well, we have these migrants here who are making life difficult for us, who make noise all night, who are on e-bikes. Yo, I can't support a political party that does this with my tax dollars. People work hard for their money. Let me just say this, and I know I'm living in another country right now, but Americans work. I pay American taxes from Africa. So Americans, including myself, work. And yes, the taxes that I pay, fund that too. And do I want to see that for my mother, or your mother, or your grandmother, or your sister, or your father? No, I don't want to see that, because you worked hard to have what you have, and you can't go to their country and get that. That's a fact. You will not be able to go to their country and make problems. Not before getting shot. Okay? You won't be able to do it. Don't even try it. So people are looking to go to a person that they might not agree with politically, which is Donald Trump, or which could be anybody in the Conservative Party, or anybody in the Green Party, or anybody in the Independent Party, whoever that can stop the bleeding. And you're seeing this a lot with black voters. Chicago blacks, who used to be the most liberal. Joe Biden has been such a terrible president. He will most likely go down as the worst American president in history, by far. He'll go down worse than what they say Trump did. Why? Because he had no plans to do anything right, and it severely impacted the country tremendously. People are at risk. People are not safe. People have no confidence in Democratic Party initiatives anymore. Look at what happened in Chicago. The Bring Chicago Home thing, it failed. People who are super liberal progressives. What is a progressive? What is that? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shadu Jackson. Back at it again. The episode of Fair Use. I'm out.